well. So I got to go with Buffalo. I just think that, the defensive coordinators have had time to sort of slow down KC a little bit. So, if they do that double deep safety tandem, they can control it a little bit better. KC there will be points scored in this game for sure, but I think Buffalo at the end will win it.
I'm gonna go KC. The main reason why is again, New England got completely dog walked by the Buffalo Bills. Against them on Saturday, but and also in the second game they played them in, they dog walked Patriots actually 2 out of the 3 games. But people forget the week after Atlanta, Buffalo had some problems against Atlanta. So I'm not completely buying. I know it's probably a mistake it's again maybe the perfect game played by an offense. I think the Chiefs have different makers of a level that the New England doesn't, particularly Chris Jones, how he can wreck games from the interior in terms of his rush. And they have also a contributor like Frank Clark. And then I think, like I said, I think McKinnon gives them an element that they didn't have. So that gives them that third piece of that offense. And again, KC kind of retooled their offensive line, and they haven't used it as enough, but like they have the pieces to be able to run very well on teams. And Buffalo, as we've seen during this year against New England, I believe against the Titans, and obviously against the Colts, where Taylor, I believe, had 5 touchdowns, you can run on them. So I think KC will pull it off.
I'm going to go Bills. I think Josh Allen is a man possessed right now, and here's the big payoff. Brian Daboll, offensive coordinator, is playing and coaching for his next job as the head coach of the Chicago Bears. That's what I just said. He's the next Bears coach. That's what I'm saying. Prediction made. Mark the tape. All right.
I think the biggest prediction we could say is I think there's easily a game of the week. I think, no offense to the other games, but that's definitely the game of the week.
That's your wrap-up game. And by the end of the weekend, we'll have our AFC and NFC championship games set. Okay, Lugs, hey, man, it's 33 past the hour, 7 degrees in Green Bay. How about a little sports of yesteryear? You ready?
I do. I have a little bit of the old sports of yesteryear.
Okay, well, it's coming. After all that big setup, it's coming your way. It's sports of yesteryear. Here's Lugs out and about in his mobile command news center. Go, baby, go.
All right, 1896. The first college basketball game with 5 players on each side is conducted by the University of Iowa. They invited student athletes from the University of Chicago for an experimental game. Chicago beat Iowa 15-12. Big scores there, fellas.
Wow.
1951. NFL decides that tackles, guards, and centers are ineligible for forward passes. I guess they were eligible before that. I don't know. 1963, Al Davis, yes, the legend, becomes the head coach and general manager of the Oakland Raiders. 1970, at the 20th NFL Pro Bowl, LA Memorial Coliseum, West beats East 16-13. The MVPs are Gale Sayers from the Chicago Bears and George Andre from the Dallas Cowboys. 1983, the International Olympic Committee restores Jim Thorpe's Olympic medals in the pentathlon and decathlon 70 years after they took him away because he was paid $25 to play in a semi-pro baseball game.
What?
Yes, good for Jim. And bringing it close to home on the final leg of this journey, 1998, Larry Bird returns to Boston for the first time as the head coach of the Indiana Pacers. At that game, Bird's former teammate, Celtic center Robert Parrish, has his jersey retired. Folks, that's your sports of yesteryear for this go-round.
Thank you, Lugs, for that sports of yesteryear. Robert Parrish, he was known as the Chief. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and he liked cookies.
He liked cookies?
Yeah, He was always eating cookies in any of the press conferences.
Well, the other
It was
thing I
strange.
remember, you talked about the Iowa Hawkeyes. Did you guys know that if you look at the Steelers uniforms and Iowa uniforms, that the coach of the Hawkeyes brought the Steelers look to the University of Iowa?
Oh, really?
Exactly
Okay.
the same.
Oh,
How about
okay.
that?
That's interesting.
That's your trivia for today. Okay, what else? Anything else? 36 past the hour.
I just want to say, thanks for nothing, Mike Mayock. I mean, I like Mike Mayock. I personally, I think I don't know if the problem is with him getting heave-hoed from the Raiders. Obviously, John Gruden, how it was set up, John Gruden was the guy. So I don't even know how many of those picks were actually Mike Mayock. I hope Mike Mayock gets another shot. I doubt it, but I look forward to him joining the media again soon.
All right, good. I want to say rest in peace. A guy in Chicago, Les Grobstein, he did the overnight show on 670 The Score, and he died over the weekend. And he was a walking encyclopedia of everything Chicago sports. I listened to him a lot as a kid even. He was on WLS and then later on The Score 670. He passed away suddenly over the weekend, and he will be missed. Lugs, anything else from you, man?
Not right at this moment.
All right. That'll conclude this edition of Sports and Other Stuff. We're brought to you in part by a new sponsor today. Yes, Austin Chiropractic, reminding you to remember the 5 most dangerous words. Maybe it will go away. Yes, don't ever use those. If you've had a weak back for about a week back, stop in and see Doc Austin and his newest employee.
Fish. Now, if you didn't know it, Fish is a big Harry Potter fan. This week, in honor of actor Daniel Radcliffe / Harry Potter landing the role of Weird Al Yankovic in an upcoming biopic, Fish is offering his Harry Potter paper book collection and a handful of Weird Al audio cassettes to the 5th person who can correctly answer the following question. What t-shirt was Weird Al wearing when he met Princess Diana, and why did she blush? Remember, that's the 5th correct answer, and you must deliver the answer in person. Come on down.
All right, go see Fish and have a great week. We'll see you next week after the big playoff round.
I don't believe what I just saw.
Yeah, so long for now.